on the day I was kidnapped. I remember I had a fight with my mom that morning. Why is she telling us this? I have no idea. I didn't want to see her face. So after school, I decided that instead of going home, I'd park myself on the outdoor walkway for a little and watch the rain. That's when Mr. Yoshikazu showed up. He sat down next to me. I told him all about my fight with my mom, and he listened really closely and just kept saying, uh-huh, uh-huh. He was sick and couldn't speak much, but he was a very kind man. I really liked him. But then... Excuse me for all the yawning. I promise this isn't boring. I'm just tired. You... too. I'm so sorry. She's so tiny. She must be 5th grader. Yuki Kano, right? Thank you for what you did back there. For making the effort to help those of us who were killed in that school. We didn't succeed though. Why are you still here? You didn't. Pfft, wow, way to crush our hopes and dreams, Yuki. But we returned your tongues. We gave you back the ability to tell your story. And we even got your murderer to repent for what he did. I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. I'm sorry. Is it just that you can't forgive him? No matter what? Appeasing us isn't about forgiveness. It doesn't matter if we forgive or not. Repentance is between the criminal and the victim. It's the sole act capable of moving us. Okay. And may exist as fragments of the sacred ground upon which heavenly host is sealed. I am sorry, I believe that moving us is your best course of action. But it's not enough. His repentance just wasn't enough. So what you're saying, his words, the words spoken by the doll, weren't good enough to appease you? That's not... Gotta give us something, Yuki. So, what then? Why do you feel the need to trap one innocent stranger after another in that godforsaken place? You child spirits are the ones who summoned us there, aren't you? That's not true, Yoshi. Yoshi? The hell do you mean by that? Dog, she's a child! We're just the cogs that hold the closed spaces together. But you killed Tsuzumoto, didn't you? Wait! Huh? Jesus, Yoshiki. He's a fucking child. I'm just glad I was able to get even the two of you back to safety. Why the hell are you suddenly so concerned about us? I heard about a situation like this from my sister once. Your sister? A lost soul whose life was ended violently and abruptly, leaving her with a mountain of worries and regrets. It's kind of like stopping short at the edge of madness, with all sorts of thoughts and feelings swirling around in your head. You heard this from your sister? Your kindly nature and your sudden hatred and panic begin to spin round and round, and you start acting with any sort of control, without any sort of control. What did you just say? You said a lot of words, but didn't really say anything. Your system's some kind of medium or something? Yeah, something like that. I'm sure Yumi. So what you're saying is, this little girl and the creepy little girl we met before are two sides of the same coin. Okay, Yoshiki dumbed it down, because what Yumi said was just words. I feel for you, I really do, so please, bring the rest of them back. Mochida, Mishishido, and everyone else too. Bring them all back home. I got some bad news about Mishishido. That's... Come on! You know you can do it, right? Oh, you can do it, right? Sorry. I don't think that's possible anymore. Why not? Those closed spaces have eaten a lot of innocent souls. Far too many, in fact. The grudges of those who died there are filled every last corner of them. There is no room left. And because the agony and pain has nowhere else to go, it's begun feeding on the minds of souls like us who are bound there. It won't be long before I turn back into a vengeful spirit who attacks people like you without mercy. Dun dun dun. So, we're going to lose you as an ally then? I'm going to take that as a yes. So why don't you just hurry up and bring them back? Or bring them home right now? Isn't there any way for us to save Mochida and the others? There may be one way. What is it? I think you already know. You have to return to the closed spaces. Find all four of us Heavenly Host serial kidnapping and murder victims. And put us all to rest. Then, the closed spaces won't have their cogs anymore, so they will begin to fade from existence. And you just might get your friends back. Just might, huh? You expect us to go back? And this time, instead of just having one person left to appease, you have to go back to the drawing board and appease all four of you? Why couldn't you tell us the reason our previous efforts weren't good enough? What is there to hide? It's just something I don't want to remember. But if you really want to know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything that happened. Yuki's spirits gently take hold of Ayumi's hand, and in an instant, their two beings seem to merge together into a single mind. Ah! What's going? Going? Ah! The fuck, Ayumi? Shinozaki! It hurts! It hurts! Ah! It hurts, huh? What happened? Huh? What happened to me? That's what we're all running, Ayumi. Didn't I pass out? So why am I fully aware right now? I can't see a thing. And I can't move. It's like that feeling when you're really tired. Sleep paralysis, I think. Oh, shit. Ah! Where? Oh, you're fucked. We're fucked. We are in the basement with the murderer. Oh, great. What are we gonna fucking do? Are we gonna have to watch them each get murdered? Why can't I move? Wait. Shishiko Shinozaki, the little girl in the red dress, and the only survivor of the horrific murders that occurred in Heavenly House Elementary. Wait, what happened? How are you just gonna leave us in suspense like that? Alright. I guess we're back to Machida and following the incident, Sachiko's family fled from the area, moving to another prefecture to escape the frightful memories that remained here. Strangely, however, I've been able to locate any other records of the Shinozaki family. No matter where I look, the only information I could find about them comes from news reports on the Heavenly House murders. Granted, when an elementary school becomes the stage for a grisly incident such as this, perpetrated by none other than the principal's own son, it stands to reason that the scandal would serve as a primary focus for public interest, with all other details fading into the background. So of course, after learning that Sachiko was safe, further news of their whereabouts were largely ignored in favor of the media circus surrounding the school. But there's more to it than that. People weren't just uninterested in learning Sachiko's history or whereabouts. There was simply no data to be had. We got music back. Oh, great. We're back here. I can't move my body because of sleep paralysis, I guess. You better hope so. But I can clearly see the room I'm in now. There's one boy and 2 girls in here, aside from myself. Yeah, the 4 murder victims. I recognize them. I bet your ass you do. The children that were killed in the Heavenly Host during that incident. But they're still alive! Not for long. Unfortunately, we're all bound hand and foot and just sprawled on the floor. And so am I. That's the real reason I can't move. Yeah, they're all crying. Somebody said, somebody please save me. Oh, fuck. We are so screwed. No, stop! No, please, no! I approve. Yes. What? Oh, no. Now I'm blindfolded. I can't see a thing that's happening to me. And since my hands and feet are tied up, I can't remove the blindfold either. That just makes everything so much worse. I guess because I can't see, I begin to listen more intently. Okay, so there's some sobbing. The helpless cries of the other children echo off the walls of the cramped room. I'm so scared. Feels like my head's going to explode. What are you doing to me? Why am I blindfolded? Untie me. Cut the ropes. I want to be able to use my hands and feet. Please. Ayumi, he's not just going to let you go. Please. I kept begging and pleading, but all I heard in response was the man walking away from me. Okay. Oh, hell no. An order? Oh, that's fucked. Oh, wow. Someone's getting murdered. Fuck! I've never heard screaming like this before. It's pure primal terror, cutting through the air like a perfect sine wave. It's the boy at the end. Oh, wow. It feels like he's screaming for an eternity, I think. He's being killed right now! My god. What the hell is he doing to him? Oh, fuck. God damn! No one deserves this. Why is God allowing him to fall? isn't allowing him to fall unconscious so he doesn't have to suffer. Oh wow, we're getting hit with blood. It's been at least a half an hour. Those inhuman screams of the young boy being ripped apart from the inside. He was alive for a half an hour? Oh great, the next one's next. Without even a single moment of silence, one of the first girls in line is the next to scream for her life. And the symphony goes on. Oh, fucking A. God, I can't take any more of this. I'm losing my mind. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it! Holy shit. Oh, she's choking on her own blood over there. Oh, good lord. Is it still going on? Come on, just die already! Die already? God, what is wrong with me? You know what? I don't care. Just get it over with and leave me alone. Oh, we're getting hit by blood again. Finally, after hearing a sound that sounds like a heavy object being dropped, the noises stopped and the room grew quiet again. Thump, thump, thump. Those footsteps are getting closer. All of my hair is standing on end at this point. Everything below my stomach feels like it's frozen. I've suddenly become stricken with severe diarrhea. In order, God, why am I believed by the silence? The kid next to me is dead. Which means it's my turn now! Oh, we're fucked. Someone got me with my hair. They're pulling my head up. And taking off my blindfold, which means I get to see the face of my killer! Oh. The 4 missing children were found in a base. How are you gonna do... Whatever. At Heavenly House Elementary School. Unused. Oh shit. Oh, my bad. When authorities entered, they were agreeing with an inhumanly horrific sight. Based on the evidence at hand, the murder weapon was determined to be a pair of large sewing scissors found in the hand of the accused. Investigators suspected some hesitation on the man's part, however, as the deceased victim's wounds did not indicate. Nonetheless, he did act with extreme malicious intent. The official cause of death was loss of blood following removal of the tongue. That is a terrible way to go. But the actual state of affairs was not quite so clinical, even so pleasant, if you can believe it. The following details have been extrapolated, blah, 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 or previously unreported by news outlets. Okay, the details of the crime are based on the official police testimony of Sachiko herself. Evidently, the victim was bound, blindfolded, and spaced out on the floor, and killed one by one. One was repeatedly stabbed in the abdomen with the pair of scissors, then had many of his internal organs forcefully dug out. Oh, wow, that is awful. Holy shit, that is a painful way to die. His discarded innards were found partially buried beneath the earthen floor of the base. So that's the kid on the very end that was screaming for half an hour. Another was stabbed in the head dozens upon dozens of times, suggesting that all flesh and bone above her jawline was essentially minced away. Wow, fantastic. That is another terrible way to die. With my blindfold removed, the sight that appeared before me was more horrific than anything I could have possibly imagined. The person staring back at me, brandishing a blood-soaked pair of sewing scissors, wasn't the large man from earlier at all. It was one of the children. What? It was a little girl. Her face dyed red with the blood of her victims. Wait, what? Holy fuck. It's Sachiko herself. She was staring intently at me with soulless gray eyes, and then she just started giggling. Snip, snap, snip, snap. Oh, fuck. So Sachiko's the fucking murderer? He's just the accomplice, I guess? He doesn't look like he's enjoying it. She's opening and closing the bloodied scissors over and over again. The sound kept echoing through the room. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck. Then she took those dull, rusty, thoroughly blood-soaked blades and slowly brought them closer and closer to my left eye. How? Why? Why is it you? she's just giggling. No! 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 Ooh. Fuck. The third victim was stabbed in the left eye an indeterminate number of times. Until the blood eyeball became soup-like in consistency, she was eventually left like that, slowly bleeding to death in horrible agony. Strangely, it was only after these mutilations had already been inflicted that the killer went back and severed the victims' tongues. Learning the truth about these proceedings is shocking, even to me, and it makes it nearly impossible to accept that murderer as anything but a monster. And to witness every moment of this was a 7-year-old girl named Sachiko. In many ways, she was the most pitiable and long-suffering of them all. I guess in a way. But it was through her tearful, frightened testimony that Yoshikazu Yagnahori was officially charged. Now, going back to the hunt for information on this unfortunate girl's whereabouts, it was her words that ultimately led to Yoshikazu's sentencing. Therefore, it comes to real no surprise that it's sensitive information pertaining to her and her family would be held. That's to be expected. What's not expected, however, is that there's not even the slightest trace of information left to find. It's almost as if it simply never existed. Huh. Therefore, I cannot help but consider alternate possible explanations. And I remind you, this is mere conjecture. But one question keeps nagging at me in the back of my mind. Was Yoshikazu really the murderer of the 3 victims? Oh, you're rocking the boat. Is it possible this crime was not actually perpetrated by him at all? Think about it. In his final days, Yoshikazu is incapable of communicating to others through speech. And despite his childlike reservation, he'd always been a personable and friendly man. As the saying goes, he wouldn't have hurt a fly. All his relatives, friends, and neighbors confirmed as much, shocked to hear that the kindly man would commit such unconscionable atrocities. He had no motive for the crime either. There was nothing for him to gain from it. And again, he simply may have lost his mind. Look at his father. It was around the same time that Principal Takamai and Yagnahori simply began speaking in tongues and acting in a most peculiar way. Not to mention scribbling incomprehensibly, gibberish all over the walls, as if possessed. He seemed frightened of someone and would often be found crouching in the corner of his office, moaning and thrashing when visitors came by. If he could wound up in such a belial state with no warning, then perhaps so too could his son. I believe that we're looking for a curse far more powerful than anything man could devise. From the time it opened the doors to the time it closed them forever. Heavenly Host Elementary School's sealed basement has existed as some form of cursed ground. And to find the underlying cause, we must go back beyond the infamous kidnapping and murder incident. Back a whole 20 years. I believe I may have found a clue that could shed some light to the situation. It may be far-fetched as leads goes, but it is a lead nonetheless. Regardably, since Heavenly Host is already closed and demolished, and another school built in its place, it's no longer possible to investigate the basement room directly. But my protege has found what will be the next best thing. Something that could make the impossible possible once more. Preparations are being made to pursue this lead even now. A lot of reading this episode. Be sure not to miss the next installment. It may be the scoop of a lifetime. Kukabiki. Alrighty, I guess that's the end of the chapter. Yep. Alright guys, so this will be the end of the episode for today. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.